Another question we got to ask was, how long do you think this pandemic will go on? I would love to get an answer. Here we go. Until the majority of people are vaccinated. Hard to say, but public health has hired a lot of staff and really boosted their vaccination efforts. At this point, it will rely heavily on actually getting the shipment of vaccines. If I had to give a date, I am praying we have loosened restrictions this summer and everything opened up by fall. Please.
That sounds great to me.
Please.
I don't mind that.
I will do a backflip. I'll land on my neck, but I will do it just because I will be free.
Straight up.
Continuing. But I feel like it won't be fully over until next year, after everyone's received their booster vaccine if needed, and it becomes added to their annual flu shot. Post-pandemic recovery will take years for businesses, healthcare services,
Big facts,
etc.
Yeah, so just for all the reasons that they outlined already, the recovery I think is going to be the next topic of conversation. But bro, if the industry has time to adequately test the vaccine and you roll it into the flu shot and it's just as safe as the flu shot, and the blood clots and the deaths and all of the craziness that we're hearing about, that starts to decrease or completely go away, great. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Where do I sign up? But that's later on down the road. Like I'm kind of like you, like I'm 50-50 on the whole issue.
This nurse said that we're going to have a lot of mental health cases after the pandemic. I'll just add drugs abuse to that, alcoholism, all this stuff, stress, whatever you want. But then you want to tell me take the vaccine. I mean, I would love to, but we still don't know what the side effects are. That's my issue. Mm-hmm. We know what's going to happen after COVID, mental health cases and all that stuff. We don't know what's going to happen with the vaccine. So it's like mixed emotions at this point.
Right, but like I said, the only conceivable solution in her world is the vaccine.
And I understand that 100%.
So there's a balancing act between public satisfaction and the medical need to reduce,
of course,
the crisis.
It's a risk. Right? Somebody like you have to take a risk.
Exactly. It's risk assessment. It's risk management. It's like, bro, then, you gotta make a judgment call, even if it's 51-49.
But for those people who have already heart problems, who have asthma, who have diabetes, and there's this vaccine that's supposed to cure you, but actually makes you sick in ways you don't know.
Right.
Like, what will that do?
Well, here's what they said, because we had an offline conversation, and I had brought that point up, and they said, listen, just think of it this way. The odds of you catching COVID and being seriously ill and affected by it are still higher than the odds of you having a negative experience with the vaccine. So long as those are the odds, right? Those are the cards you were dealt. You need to make a decision based off of those odds. If the contraction rate is low, and we have herd immunity, and it's not really a necessity for you to get the vaccine, the odds of you catching COVID, habibi, they're 17% now, let's say, for example.
Okay.
But the odds of you getting a problem with the vaccine is 33%. Okay, well, cool. I'll wait. I'm good. But right now, it's just not the case.
As low as that percentage is, it's the outcome that's scary.
Like the future, the long term?
The long term, exactly.
Yeah.
So my thing is, okay, I'll just give you an example. You have 3% chance that you'll get blood clot from one of the vaccines. But you don't know if that blood clot is going to kill you or not.
Right. But you don't know if COVID's going to kill you or not either.
Yeah, but I'm not planning on getting COVID. It might just happen by itself. But I will plan on getting the vaccine if I wanted to.
Right.
That's my choice.
But then it's the odds again of, what are the odds of you catching COVID?
Very low.
Well, we don't know that. Because right now it seems to be not the case. I mean, for Frontline, it's not a moral dilemma.
Of course.
It's a medical one.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your moral dilemma, and you gotta have to make a judgment call based off of, well, if it's me choosing or if it's something that happens to me, it's almost like you're willing to let fate run its course. And if you caught it, then you're kind of, you can accept the fact that you caught it because it was out of your control.
Of course.
Right. For them, it's like, I can't accept, we can't leave it up to fate. Our ICUs are getting slammed right now. And right now, the only foreseeable solution is the vaccine.
But what happens when the ICUs get slammed with patients who are suffering from the vaccine itself?
Oh, that's a different story, which we're not at.
We're not yet.
We're not there.
But there's a chance that will happen.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what percentage of that chance will be or is, sorry. But there is a chance that will happen. But then again, something else. But then again, this is coming from a person who is fed up, who has worked for over a year with COVID patients, who just wants this to end. And I understand 1,000,000% their side and their perspective of why we should take the vaccine. But then there's just it's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that's right. You're just you're showing a good example of the tension. It's a tug of war. Like I said, public comfort and medical necessity. Like, you know. But then I said, well, I opened it up at the end. I said,